it was like, we're like, how would we just make this happen? And we drove by Scottsdale Road every day to go to our house. And we saw a for lease sign on that spot that we have now. And Trev just immediately, still driving, called. And they took a chance on somebody that had never opened hospitality before.
But you guys have been on Shark Tank. But how did the results of that, just being on that national show, help from a PR standpoint with your previous brand?
It changed everything.
Was it? Yeah.
I feel like it's so hard to break into the merch side of things.
It's honestly, I don't think there's ever been an easier time to get into merchandise business.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Pitch and Tell. I'm Robyn Patterson, and today I am joined with my favorite wine bar and brand that I am so fortunate to work with, Wine Girl, and of course they brought wine.
Of course.
Cheers.
Which is so needed. Cheers. Thank you guys for this. I'm a little hungover, so I needed it.
Okay. Well, cheers to that.
Perfect.
What are we drinking today?
This is an en route Pinot Noir from Russian River Valley.
Oh, that's a great region.
It's one of our favorites. So
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys were able to make the time. I'm a little sad you didn't bring your baby because I thought for sure we're going to have a little one running around on camera.
She would have been tearing this place up.
Yeah.
She usually comes everywhere with us, including wine tastings and wine events.
Yeah.
But, you know, Grandma watched her today.
Oh,
so.
that's nice. A little break.
Yeah.
It is nice
So
to
we
have a little
can
break.
chat with you and enjoy our
Perfect.
wine.
Awesome. Well, I thought we would just start by jumping into like the early days. And I was trying to remember how long ago when I met you guys, because I was on the radio and I was like met Courtney.
I think I met you before I even met her.
No, you guys were dating.
So I know
Or
it was-
you were working.
Or which was like the same
did
time.
we meet at that first Route 91 in Vegas?
I think we
When-
met before that.
So if it was before even that,
I think it was Stagecoach.
then
I met you guys at a Stagecoach, maybe.
We've been together 11 years, so and he's making it sound that far back. So obviously we've known you 11
yes.
years then.
No, it's been more than that.
because
I was on the
I
radio.
met Courtney before though I met her. So that's
Like
why
barely,
I think
but
like
yeah.
yeah, it was
Wow.
really close. But yeah, it's been probably
There's like
10,
no
11
context for
years.
whoever's watching this right now.
10, 11
We're
years.
trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. And
Yeah.
so, and that I didn't even know you guys even drank wine then because we were at country festivals. It's like
Ripping
beer
Jack
and whiskey.
Daniels and yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and
there
then-
was no good wine out in the middle of the fields we were on.
no,
Yeah.
none. I think they were selling a barefoot or
Yeah,
nothing
something like
that you would I would
You
touch.
have to just have a beer at that point.
Yes, for sure. But then, so how did you guys get into the wine bar industry?
Well, I mean, I think at these shows, we after we would be doing our selling, we would go back to like our bus that we were living in at the time, and we had wine in there. So we were always drinking wine. It's just we
true.
weren't drinking wine necessarily in the middle of like a country music festival,
Right.
But
Which
I mean,
actually
we-
they're at, like there's good wine at these festivals
it's
now.
some
Now.
of them, yeah.
I
Some
feel like
of
it's
them.
changed.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But I mean, at the time, we would be traveling the country, you know, doing a bunch of shows and everything. And every time we would go into different states or cities, we would look for the local wine bars. I'm from right outside of Napa, so I've been drinking wine for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I met Amy, I mean, she was a wine drinker, and that's what we drink is wine. So when we would go around and travel, we were looking at the different, you know, local wine bars, you know, kind of being able to critique what we liked, what we didn't like. And we knew we always had this idea and we always talked about it. It would be really, really fun to open a wine bar that was like our type of style and vibe if we ever got the opportunity, and the opportunity arose and we jumped
Well,
on
it's
it.
funny saying that story now because, like, even when we opened, 6 years ago, like, our story was still the same. And I would always say, like, at the time, we were like, oh, by the time that we would have, like, the money would be right, the timing would be right, like, we'll have a kid by then, and la, 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 like, it's
never
too
right.
bad. Now,
Timing is so
fast
hard.
forward, we have a baby now finally. But it was like, we're like, how would we just make this happen? And we drove by Scottsdale Road every day to go to our house. And we saw a for lease sign on that spot that we have now. And Trev just immediately, still driving, called. And we were like, how do we make this happen? We had a shitty little Airbnb like condo. It was terrible. We sold it. We're so lucky that landlord like took a chance on us.
Right.
Because now we see how hard it is with our other locations. Like, finding a spot is the hardest. And they took a chance on somebody that had never opened hospitality before. So looking back,
Which is like rare.
It is
Yeah, it is
crazy.
rare.
Very rare.
Like,
we don't
didn't-
have any
we didn't know it at the
experience.
time.
Yeah.
We did have other business experience,
correct,
which I'm
yes.
sure they did take a look
Yeah,
at.
we didn't.
We weren't just nobodies,
Yeah, we
but
did
I
have
mean,
business
we did have.
experience and like owned
It
businesses.
was nice and really cool that we were able to turn in something that was a jewelry store, and for somebody that doesn't have any experience building anything out like that, to be able to turn that into it, they did take a chance. So it was cool.
That's awesome. And you guys opened March of 2020, which, how was that?
Attempted to open.
yeah.
it March.
Attempted. So you didn't even have a
Attempted.
grand opening that. Like you
No.
were planning it and then
We
COVID
couldn't
happened.
It
have-
was like
we
a
didn't- we-
speakeasy. Like we
we
weren't
never-
allowed to be open.
We never had a
Prohibition.
grand opening in Scottsdale, which is the weirdest thing ever.
Our first day that like open was May 20th or
May 11th.
May 11th, 2020.
Okay.
That was the first day every single bar and restaurant could open in.
That they allowed. Yeah.
Arizona.
in limited capacity. And
Yeah.
social, yeah. Okay.
So we were legally allowed to finally open, and it was still like weird. We had to put the plexiglass up between tables, and it was
50% capacity. We had like 5 bar stools. It was like
weird. It
an
was
interesting
weird.
time.
Weird times.
Yeah. And that's hard. You're opening a brand new concept, and then you immediately have to alter
I know.
how you want to set it up. And
Yeah.
And like an aesthetic business as well. So then to add like some ugly,
All the ugly stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
it was horrible.
Oh man. And so we started working together when you guys were going to when you opened your second location. And obviously you mentioned you're from outside of Napa, so it made sense that you guys would open in Napa. How has that experience been growing it like regionally?
Well, we always. I mean,
Was it
we-
always
we-
a part of the plan? Like, did
so
you want to
we did.
open it?
We did always want to expand into different cities. Napa wasn't the one we had expected to be number 2.
Okay.
But we were actively looking at multiple cities, whether it be San Diego, which we've now opened, San Diego, Palm Springs, Dallas, Austin, obviously Napa. We were looking constantly, and like Amy said, one of the hardest things to do is find the space. So we were traveling all over, trying to find the right space that works on budget for us, and Napa just happened to give us the space that worked on budget and in a great location, so we had to jump on it.
That was another one we found ourselves. We were literally walking through downtown, and we saw a for lease sign. He calls, which like
What was it before?
It was a chocolate store. So the chocolate store is still right next to us. They just downsized.
Okay.
So they basically took their space that they had and cut it into 3
Okay.
and use it. They're still there. They use a small portion of it, and then there's us, and now there's a really nice bakery also. So it's split into 3.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a prime location.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
which is crazy because like anyone in the business world or hospitality or any retail, it's like that's pretty crazy to find the space yourself. Like normally you have somebody working for you, finding spaces, calling for you. Like
Which we found San Diego ourselves too.
yeah,
So,
it's
yeah,
actually
I
really
mean,
crazy that we found them all ourselves.
It is a little. It's probably the toughest thing to do is to find the space and then to be able to negotiate. And now it's a little bit easier. Napa was a little bit easier now showing Scottsdale, and then San Diego was a little bit easier showing Napa and Scottsdale. So now it's just finding the right places, the right people that kind of believe in the brand and understand it and want to work with us. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at now is wanting to work with people that we actually want to work with. We've actually turned down some spaces that have been pitched to us now that I'm just kind of
Because
like,
of the people? Like,
that has some to do with it.
okay.
And kind of just understanding what works and what doesn't work. But I mean, I think we're at a point now where I feel like we definitely want to work with people that we want to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys have such a successful like resume of your locations and the business behind it. I feel like people are like should be able to jump at that. You know what I mean? Based on, your interest of kind of where you want to go.
Yeah.
So what is the obviously San Diego opened, has it been a year yet?
No. We
year was
technically fully open about 2 months ago, but we soft opened about 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm actually heading out on Friday to do a little bit more work out there. A lot of different wine festivals out in San Diego that we also do because we have like all the wine buses, the little VW wine buses that we've done that kind of decked out to make look like Wine Girl that we go out and do on site. So we have another big festival on Saturday, so I'm going out. But then we're also continually updating. I'm still updating. I mean, Scottsdale's still not even done. It's been open for 6 years. You're always constantly trying to make it cuter, fix things, or remodel something,
It's 'cause
right?
people don't even realize too, like, you know, we spent like all this money on our build out, which was, you know, again.
Well, I know San Diego was a beast because
It was so delayed.
What was it before? It was a Ray-Ban
It
store?
was an Oakley sunglass store.
Okay.
That sat for like
Yeah.
2 or 3 years during COVID. And
So you're taking these like shops and trying to make them into like a restaurant bar. That's hard to do.
F&B. Yeah. So, and that was the same with Scottsdale and Napa. So like it's a full rebuild. So it does permitting and the build out actually doesn't take too long once you can get moving on it.
Yeah.
It just, you know, it's all dependent on the cities and the permits and what
which
you have to deal
took
with.
forever. And then,
Yeah.
so we were able to finally open in October, but it was like such a delay and so much money goes into that. Like, I don't think
every
people
time a week
realize
goes
like
by.
to build out our entire menu, like people don't realize you have to pay for all the booze and like the alcohol up front.
Right.
So then add-ins, we're like, okay, well, as it's like the dead season, the holidays in downtown San Diego, we're like, just stocking it was really hard after all that, like getting it stocked up. We're like, well, let's slow play it, open slowly. And we're still building it out, trying to source some of the wines. And that's kind of why
there's been a lot of shakeup in the liquor industry actually with some of the major distributors actually either going out of business or moving out of the specific states that have sent a ton of brands scrambling. So it is like if we ever want to just match our Scottsdale menu, because we're based here and I technically do all the wine buying, the other locations have to order whatever I put on the menu here, but it's completely different distributors. Some are direct, you know, coming from California. You don't actually have to necessarily go through distribution within state lines. So it does make it really, really difficult at times to match menus, that's like one of a big hurdle.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because you
really-
don't really, that's not usually the case when it comes to like more of like a restaurant with like food. That's easy to kind of more
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
source.
totally. Yeah.
it's weird
There's
that you
like
have to
3
like search
distributors
out
everywhere.
the like wines you
Distributor.
want
Yeah.
with which distributor they're with.
And it's
they're-
different per state.
And they're different a lot of the times. every
Why?
state. I have no idea. Makes no
Is
sense.
it because certain distributions don't do other states or?
No, they're
It's
the
a
biggest
weird-
ones that are
it's
nationwide
really
that I'm like,
a
wait a
weird
minute,
world.
this brand is with you guys here.
That's
Why is it
weird.
with them there? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay.
That would make
well,
it complicated, I feel like, for the winery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you would think.
Well,
And for
that
us.
sounds like a reason to drink.
Yep.
We'll drink to that.
And then obviously you guys had experience before the wine bar in more of the retail side of things. So did you always know you wanted to do like a merch side of the business? Is that kind of the part of the brand, how the brand develops?
I'd say
We
even-
did.
Even since we've like the first day we opened, we had stuff on the wall. Like looking back, the wall's like really
bad.
funny. Like
We'll have to show a photo of it.
it's like it was just like so minimal. Like Trev built the shelves. He like
I remember the
hammered
hangers.
them-
I remember
yeah.
You guys had hangers.
There was
And
like
was it
10 things on the wall.
there was like
and
10
that's
things
it.
on the wall. But what's crazy?
but
is
it was so cute.
we always knew we wanted that. We put it. Everything on that wall always like sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I
that's
mean-
why
And
we're
it
like
just grew
kept
from there,
growing
yeah.
it and growing it. That is really funny to look back.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah,
was it holding on like some cactus or like what was I thinking?
No,
of?
there was just these little, I've
think they were,
since
like, metal
now
bars,
added a lot more,
pipes.
but they're
Okay.
just these little pipes that you can hang stuff on.
Okay.
But there's
It was
a lot
industrial.
more shelves, a lot more cabinets.
Yeah, you've really
and
built
stuff.
it out
Yeah.
for sure. It's definitely
Yeah.
like a full blown shop.
And we're
now.
still out of room. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a small little location. So how is that? I mean, managing both sides of it. It sounds like its own has its own hiccups. That's what I'm trying to say. So like how growing the merch stuff is so different than like the wine bar. So how is that? How has that experience been? I mean, I feel like you said like you've grown more there than you have with the wine business.
I feel
Big
like
time.
we are in a unique position that like anything we make, it's like, okay, yeah, people can make merch and put it online and try to sell it and like get sponsored ads. We have like we get to double dip because anything we put in any of the bars sells. Like people just love our merch. And so if it's in the bar, it sells. We don't have to worry about it. Then we get to put it online and sell it online and it crushes it online.
And then we've recently gone into wholesale too. So that's like another thing where
Yeah, let's talk about that because how
we're
did
in
that
about
happen with Cooper's
so
Hawk?
that was actually about February last year, so a little over a year ago, one of their main merchandise buyers saw one of our ads on one of the Meta platforms. So whether it be Facebook or Instagram or something, one of the hats or sweatshirts or something.
It was the wine girl sweatshirt.
I think it was a sweatshirt. Yeah. So she had purchased a few sweatshirts, what I believe was around Valentine's Day or something for her friends. And her friends loved them so much. So she reached out to us and said, hey, I'm a buyer. I can't even remember what she said. Now we become so close and good friends. But like the email just came out of nowhere. And it's like, I'd be interested in carrying or testing this in some of our stores. And it happened to be Cooper's Hawk. And so they tested 10 stores last May or June. It was right after my knee surgery. Later. So it was May.
Yeah.
Right on May. So 1 year ago, 10 stores. And then it tested really well. So they took it nationwide. So now I think they're actively opening, I think 5 to 10 stores a year.
Wow.
So, so now you can find, I think there's 9 of our SKUs now in Cooper's Hawk's locations. And they're not, Arizona, there's 4 locations, I believe. 4. They're mainly Midwest and East Coast based. So there's nothing really West Coast, nothing in Texas, but it's big in the Midwest and East Coast.
Mm-hmm. But that was like a crazy wholesale account to land for a small business. So
yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, so it is cool and fun to be able to, produce for something like that. And their whole merch team was actually out in Napa during Bottle Rock Week, and we hung out. It was such a good time. We had a blast with them. But that's something that is challenging in a way where when you're trying to put out new products and come out with new designs and everything for your own stores and actively, cranking out these things for something like that are ordering at those volumes, it can get challenging at times, but it's fun. I love the team that they have and love working with them. So,
are you looking to grow that? Are you guys
totally
wanting to do more wholesale partnerships?
Yeah, the whole merch side, we've always been passionate about that, but it's a lot easier to sell stuff online than deal with the hassle of hospitality,
I'm sure.
Which is like a never.
You're always trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, you have to stay relevant over and over and over again, and it's like a grind.
Yeah,
yeah.
And online, it's just kind of like
online.
You can do quick changes,
you don't have to deal
easy.
With staff.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we all know that's the hard part.
Yeah, for sure. I won't mention people can Google it, but I won't mention your previous business. But you guys have been on Shark Tank.
Yes.
And I think that is a really cool thing. Very few people get to do that. At least I don't know anyone else who's been on it. So how did that impact? Just because you did not get a deal?
No.
Did not, yeah.
But how did the results of that, just being on that national show, help from a PR standpoint with your previous brand?
It changed everything.
Was it? Yeah.
Changed everything overnight. You figure 10 to 15 million people can see you overnight. It changes all of it.
And it literally was a full-blown sales pitch. It's like, I need that. And it's like, of course you're going to.
Everywhere, every show we did, everybody knew who we were. Everybody knew the product.
Yeah,
and
it's
they
just
would
like
just
the power
come up and buy.
of media, whether or not, like people would come up and they're like, some rude people like, well, did you get a deal? And we're like, well, first of all, why didn't you watch it? Second of all, like we weren't embarrassed we didn't get a deal. Like there was so many eyes on it. Yeah.
And what you see on that show is not how it goes.
No, that's what I've heard.
It's not how it goes. We were in there for 45 minutes ish.
Yeah,
and
they
cut
show
it
you
to
what,
like
for 3
6.
minutes?
Yeah. So you can imagine.
They don't even check your financials. So
they don't check anything.
which is insane.
So they just go off what you tell them.
Anyone that they said
could have went in there and said I sold $100 million in belt buckles.
They don't check that stuff?
No, not until after, which is why.
like fact check. Like
so if we were to have done a deal,
we heard
then
70% of people that get deals on there don't actually go through because afterwards they're checking
the due diligence,
which makes no
falls
sense.
through.
But it's TV, so
it's entertainment. It is entertainment.
Yeah.
It was
I love
a
that
lot
show.
of fun.
We still love it,
They
too.
were great. They loved the product. It's just a lot of Lori and Damon. We did a lot of back and forth with that you don't see on what you actually see on the episode.
Like meaning there's follow-up from the...
No, during the, like, how much they loved it and how much,
Gotcha.
what they were asking that you don't even see on TV.
Okay.
So that was kind of a
They
bummer,
kinda
but
cut
it is what it is,
Yeah.
and it helped immensely.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He always thought if Barbara was on it, we would have got a deal.
yeah.
Barbara.
Barbara likes the
Actually,
men.
I know. Actually, I do know another business that had to deal with Barbara. Oh, that's
I
interesting.
would have loved to work with Barbara.
Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. Doesn't she drink wine?
She does.
We should send her some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking. Yeah, let me take a sip. Hold on. I gotta just keep thinking of
Can
fun
you pour a
questions.
little bit more in there for me?
Okay.
I'm just over here.
Wine break.
Yeah.
So what have you guys?
Sitting on the couch, I promise.
Is it empty?
No.
Oh, I'm like, we already killed a bottle? Jeez. So what have you guys, from a PR standpoint, because obviously we got to touch about a little bit of what I do. Has it helped as you guys have gone into new markets? Like, I mean, as far as like us helping you get the word out and like with influencers, I know you guys do so much with influencers. Like, how has you guys seen that help propel your brand in new markets?
I feel like we do more with you and PR than influencers, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It definitely has changed since 6 years ago when we opened Scottsdale, because I think when we opened, it was at the time when it was like just starting, like the social media influencer stuff, and people were, it was, you know, there you saw a lot of, especially with hospitality, you saw a lot of influencers kind of getting backlash from reaching out to restaurants or bars or stuff, and they were just going through COVID, you know, necessarily asking for free things, for going to, you know, highlight their business, and the business owners being like, hey, we've just been shut down for 2 years. I mean, I can't give you anything free.
Mm-hmm.
So there was, and then now it's normalized, right? Like we do more with influencers at our locations. Like we do a lot of comped parties and things for groups, and than we did 6 years ago. So it is, I think, more prevalent in the industry. And as far as for your question for PR, it kind of goes back into what we just talked about with Shark Tank. You know, PR, why we love you and we want to work with you is it's all about getting eyeballs on your brand.
Mm-hmm.
So the any way you can do it is what you have to do nowadays.
Yeah.
And you can do it through PR or social media, or you know, now it's kind of merging and blending together.
Mm-hmm. It really is like an all-inclusive
yeah.
circle. I feel like you have to
For
do
sure.
all cylinders to make it work. What are some tips for business owners that want to maybe get into, because I feel like I've talked a lot about restaurants and bars and stuff, but like the merch side. So like, I feel like that's like, I feel like a lot of people would want to try something like that. But I feel like what you guys struck gold with having a brand that people could experience in person and then take a piece home with them. And also you don't even have to like go to Wine Girl to love your merch. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's so hard to break into the merch side of things.
It kind of is, because the market's so saturated and anyone can go and just pay for ads.
Yeah. And Shopify has made it so easy now
To
that
create
you
stuff
can
and
just
sell.
create a platform, and
AI
like,
made it
for
easy. Like you
$200
literally don't even, the
yeah,
hardest part's like,
the models and shooting, and you don't have
which
to do
we
that
still like to
anymore.
use, like the girls that work at the bar and stuff. But I mean,
But if you need
can't-
something quick and you need to
it's-
put it up, and it's, you know, it sucks in a way, because we'll come up with designs that we come up with, and then we'll see people knocking us off like on Etsy, and because you can't control it. It's something.
What do you do when you see?
You can't do anything. You can't
send them like a
No.
cease and desist?
You literally can't. I mean, sometimes you can trademark certain designs, but it's to how quick these things go. I mean,
It's not even worth it
It's
at
not
that
worth it. It's just you got to constantly be reinventing and coming out the next thing that is going to be the next big seller. It's
like
not worth your
like Maj
time.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm making you guys do this.
We'll
Exactly.
put the credit, like a little line of credit
Yes.
for you when we
Please
post that one.
Please. No, I'm not kidding you. I could fill your bar with Mahjong players.
Okay, I love it.
Well, I
Let's
can't
plan an
wait.
event.
I know. I'm telling you, this summer you guys need to pick a night. We need to find the right partner. But I'm thinking, Maj Girl will literally be a thing.
I love it.
Maj Girl X Wine Girl.
Yeah,
Okay, love it.
yeah. And then you need to make a shirt that says "I play Maj at Wine Girl," or like
Something. We'll come up with something cute.
Yeah, give me wine and play.
That is another thing that we're lucky about with like somebody that wants to
you.
break into the merch side. It's like we are very fortunate. Like we have a warehouse here.
You have a system.
We have a screen
right.
printer.
You can,
like
yeah.
my brother.
You can capitalize on trends very fast.
Very quickly.
Which is that's hard for some people that don't have the
that is a
systems.
barrier of entry, I would say. But I mean, there are ways to do small runs. It's just we've set ourselves up to do things a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it. But it's honestly, I don't think there's ever been an easier time to get into merchandise business with AI and Shopify.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oversaturated.
I'm saying
but
that
also,
it's
like,
competitive,
anyone can do
but
it.
to start it. You can
You
start
might as well
it
just
in
do it,
2
have it up.
hours. You could have something set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about people who don't have the space for like,
A lot of
Product.
people could even like start a Shopify and drop ship.
Yeah.
They could never even touch a piece of merchandise. It's crazy.
wow.
Just
Yeah.
do the marketing beside it, share it with somebody, and there's people that will produce it all for you.
Wow. Interesting. Now my wheels are turning. I'm like, how can I make some extra cash?
You're gonna start Maj Girl Shopify.
Just all Maj merch. No. I don't have time for that. I wish I
Sorry.
did.
It's a little close. Can't get
like sound
wine
therapy.
in my mouth.
Right?
Yeah, the
It is
sound
Don't people
nice.
do that? Sound bowls with wine glasses? You guys do that you could do that at the bar.
I
It's
should.
Oh God.
like a strategy meeting right now. We're just kind of breaking
now we're
ideas.
getting crazy.
So what's next for Wine Girl? I know you guys are always looking at new locations. Is number 4 locked in?
We do have one locked in. We're still waiting for the actual development
Okay.
to be started and
Yes.
permitted and
Okay.
actually built. So it is a little ways out. I think what's next is just more focus on merchandise and getting more designs out and just doing some fun. We have some really cool chef collabs coming up. Yeah,
Love.
so I'm actually meeting with Chef Remy from Francine, who Francine just closed down.
I know. What happened with that?
Meeting with him tonight, and
Okay.
we're going to be doing some fun, hopefully once a quarter, once every 3 to 4 months, brunch pop-ups with some really cool chefs at each Wine Girl location. So not just Scottsdale, but San Diego and Napa.
Okay.
We've done them in Napa. They've been extremely popular. We've done some really cool collabs with some chefs out in Napa Valley, and it worked out really, really well. So we're going to do it here.
Okay.
And when I saw the Francine, surprise, I reached out to the chef on Instagram, just DM'd him, and
That's awesome.
now we're going to do something fun together. So it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like, I had a list of prep questions, but clearly now I'm just like a little buzz. It's fine. I don't want to end the conversation yet because I still have more wine to drink. So
I don't know how.
I think
what
the
else
best
we
part
could be
about your
hopeful
guys'
with.
wine bar is that for people who don't know and haven't been, it's not like
It's not the pretentious
No.
wine bar.
You're not going to
We
walk in
wanna
and be
have
like,
fun
what,
and be.
what do you want to taste? And
Yeah,
like, what do you want
it's
to
not gonna
smell?
be that.
No.
Yeah.
It literally is like,
If you like
right
wine,
away,
just come have a glass of wine in a good
Yeah.
space, which
Yeah.
is like actually hard to do. A lot of restaurants that we love have the plate, like the space we want to hang out in, aesthetic, like a good vibe, but like the wine list sucks. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or it's just like you're supposed to act a certain way. I feel like you can just go and have fun.
or like a snooty wine
Yeah.
bar. Yeah, that's not us.
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
I feel like every time you asked something like, "Oh, here, what's some like advice?"
Yeah.
like we just got derailed.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we probably should give some advice to.
Well, no,
business
I mean
owners.
if you want
Advice to
I don't know if they're gonna
business
trust us
owners.
though. We're just like over here
advice,
spitting.
if you want to open a bar, don't. First of all, don't.
I've heard that a lot from restaurant owners. They're like, "Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't become a chef.
Don't.
Why? You truly regret it. You or
No,
you don't regret.
no,
No
no,
regret.
no, no.
But you wouldn't do it another one.
Well, we are doing another
We
one, so-
are.
Well, a new brand,
Another concept.
a new concept.
Another concept.
That was like a year and a half.
I mean,
ago
I
before
would.
we-
You're asking
Because
us
you're already
right
in it,
now,
though, it
but
makes
you could ask
sense.
us next week, and I'd be like, I want to open 6
Yeah, it just
other
depends.
concepts.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to open a concept right next to us where C's Candy, and
Yeah.
they just shut down, and I had an idea for a really cool concept, but I couldn't work it out with the landlord.
What,
I
Beer
guess.
Boy?
We
You're
have
not the first
we do,
person to
we
say
do
that.
have
Really?
peop- yeah, we have a bunch of people that say that.
Beer Boy.
Oh yeah, we have a bunch of people.
Please do it.
People have said that throughout the years. Like,
Yeah.
you should open Beer Boy next
Yeah,
door.
yeah.
Please do it.
Imagine
I
if
just
C's Candy closed, you could open Beer
Wine
Boy.
Girl and
I'm
Beer
like,
Boy.
oh my god,
I mean,
we
come
went
on.
running to C's to open Beer Boy. No, but it was in the same realm, but we just couldn't work it out, I guess. And that not necessarily was a landlord thing. The cities. That's the one thing when it comes to this kind of ties into what you just asked. So for people wanting to get into the business, there's so many things that you have to look up to do your due diligence to see if you can actually open what you want to open, which is crazy because some of these laws and some of these things you have to jump through are like decades old, like
Okay.
parking issues. Like you don't have enough parking spots when everybody Ubers now. So they should probably take a look at that and redo the parking requirements for certain F&Bs because a lot of people Uber and a lot of people don't drive anymore, and you shouldn't need X amount of parking spots for your space, which that's something that we actually had a beautiful space in Newport Beach, and we did the whole
I remember
rendering.
the photo,
I think we showed you the floor
renderings,
plan.
yeah.
It was gorgeous. We couldn't do it because of parking.
And
we did the whole thing. Had a million parking spots, and I'm like, no, did they take into account? But these codes are
that's just a California
decades
code.
old.
Yeah, like everyone
Decades
Ubers to bars.
Yeah,
I mean,
as you should.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's something that
I'm Ubering home after
that
this.
I would just recommend. I would recommend just checking into those things. Because you'd be surprised how.
Yeah, can you imagine like signing a
are.
lease and then you're like, I'm opening a wine bar, and then you have to like, you probably should do that research way ahead of time.
Way before.
Okay.
Which is why I did that with the C's spot, and I realized we can't do what we want to do. So.
And I'd say it's harder now than even when we opened 6 years ago. Like I think almost every good city, like it's freaking oversaturated. Like there's too much stuff with like ebbs and flows of business. It's just crazy. And if somebody was starting from nothing, unless the barrier for entry is like extremely hard unless you come from money, which we're a little bit bitter about. Like, like if you don't come from money or have like someone giving you money, no one's lending. Like now, worse than 6 years ago when we opened. Like
really?
Oh yeah.
No one's going to lend you
food
money.
And beverage or
no, anything. Just the credit is tightening. It's really bad out there. So, I mean,
because of. I mean, I'm not going to.
Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows what
inflation?
It is? Who knows? Who knows?
I think like all the above, like a bunch of stuff going on. But yeah,
interesting.
It's like a harder time than ever I would feel to. I'm glad we opened when we did, and we're very fortunate. But it'd be very hard if you were coming from somewhat of nothing that we did to open a bar now. I feel.
I don't think we probably could have done it if we had to do it now.
Interesting.
Just the landscape's different now.
Yeah, I had an idea for a wine bar, but I just don't know if it's in my.
You just drank a glass of wine and forgot about it.
Again,
or you just thought about
time.
the idea after that glass of wine.
Yeah, right. Beer boy, make it happen.
Mahjong girl.
There's literally like clubs all across the valley. Like this whole episode, he really wants me to do a mahjong podcast. By the way, my producer, because mahjong is taking over. It's like I know pickleball.
Yeah,
I feel like I equated to that.
Yes.
And I was like, it's literally like pickleball.
And what did you say is popular in San Diego? Cactus
Plant bingo.
Oh, we said cactus for here.
Plant bingo is like taking over down there.
Plants?
I think so. I don't know. We have our first one coming
every time
up.
somebody wins,
they take home a plant.
Yeah, they get a plant, and I guess they sell it out.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's
what if you can't keep a plant alive to save your life?
Robyn, we're doing our
problem.
first one in
like this little puppy's coming home with me to die.
Puppy bingo.
Yeah,
oh, God,
everybody we've said, or everybody we've talked to, all the different F&B places that have done them down there, they're like, oh my God, you got to do plant bingo. The girls go crazy over it. I'm like,
what?
Yeah,
perfect.
I feel like if we were to announce that here, people would be like, what are you
What's a plant?
talking about?
And you're like, yeah.
We do cacti bingo, but like then I'm like, what?
We have the
I like
fake
bingo,
stuff
and I like
here.
right.
Nothing
stays alive.
To me.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I can keep a plant alive, so
I can't.
Yeah,
can't do it. I can keep kids alive. I got 2 of those.
We're doing our best, aren't we?
It's hard. It's hard. This is why we drink. We got children.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always usually end every podcast with this because I want both of you to answer it. How would you describe PR? Like, what is your definition of PR? Because I feel like it's so different for everyone and how they describe what we do.
To me, I feel like it's the way we get like in a bigger picture than we can besides social media. I feel like it's a way to get eyes on our brand.
Okay. I love it.
That's what would come to my head.
I mean, that would be the definition I would use. I mean, how many times you've put us on TV is, I mean, every time in the years and years I've known you, you're like, what do you need from me? I said, get us on TV.
Yeah.
And then we'll handle the rest.
Yeah.
Right? So like getting eyeballs on your brand.
Possible.
And then, I mean, that's what you do. And then we take it from there.
Mm-hmm.
So like, cause you're not going to be able to just blow up a brand solely on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they also have to have some sort of part in the process,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, it's a collaboration for
sure.
Like we have
so
to
giving a company the ability to get
seen.
exposure
Yeah.
is what I would expect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
A+.
And we love you for it.
Oh, I love you guys too. Anything else you want to share about Wine Girl? You're out of wine?
Yeah, I got one more sip.
Yeah.
I think that's really
sad
it.
glass.
Right?
Well, I appreciate you guys bringing the wine. It really helped my hangover.
We needed a little pep in our step
We'll leave
today.
you
Yeah,
the
just
rest of
playing
it.
mahjong all night. I'm just, on a Monday night. It's just,
Happy Tuesday.
I know. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time. I know you're very busy and excited to share this with Oh my God, this is it. I'm done. Cheers. Love you guys. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us on.
All right.